practice. Good morning. We're going to start in downward facing dog today. So meet me at your mat and let's get started. I guess I'm not taking my coffee cup with me. Maybe I'll take it with me for just one more sip. All right, let's go. There we go. And now I'm spotlighted. All right. Once you've arrived in your downward facing dog, take a few minutes, a few breaths to settle in to your space on the mat. The cat has to go. First, take a look at your hands. Span your fingers out and see if you can extend your fingers so wide that you can feel the mesh in between each and every finger. And once you're there, root down into each and every finger pad and then press specifically into the pointer finger knuckle and the thumb knuckle of your hands. Now, traveling up the arms, come all the way to your upper arms and externally rotate your arms as if you're trying to point your triceps towards each other. This is going to give you a little bit more space in the shoulder girdle, make it easier to open up the shoulder blades, and to draw the core in and press through the shoulder blades so we're not collapsing into our shoulder blades, but instead we're strong. Now, traveling down the backside, lengthen back through your inner thighs as if you're trying to press your inner thighs to the wall behind you. Now see if you can, just for a moment, take stock of all the fire that you have going here. And now, with your next inhale, press away from the floor with everything you've got and feel how this downward facing dog feels a little different than normal. We're just a little bit more fired. Use your exhale to bend your knees, look to your hands, and tippy-toe walk nice and slow to the front of your mat. Whew, already we're getting working. Take a deep breath in and take a flat back. Fingertips can point towards your shins or towards the toes. Exhale and fold forward, softly bend into your knees, ragdoll. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, use that exhale to pour down your spine and into the crown of your head. If you like, you can take hands to opposite elbows here, and maybe rock side to side. Of course, we're always listening for what our body is telling us. So if your low back or mid back is kind of talking to you with any kind of pain, always finding a way to make the work manageable for you. And notice, I always try not to say like easier or harder. Like manageable is what we're looking for. That blade edge of intensity, of ease meets effort, so that we're not in pain, but we're also feeling our body, feeling the muscles. Just one more full breath here. And if this does feel great on your back, you can take a slightly bigger pendulum here. Slowly releasing fingertips towards the floor, rooting down into all four corners of your feet. Big toe and pinky toe press down while you try to float the three middle toes. Inhale, roll up, vertebra by vertebra. Slow roll all the way to your standing posture, mountain pose, Tadasana. Fingertips reach towards the floor. Inhale, draw up, extended mountain. Hold here. Externally rotate the upper arms so that you can feel your pinkies pointing towards each other. Use your next breath to flow back into the heels a little bit. Feel the front of your feet a little light. And then as you exhale, flow forward just a little bit. Feel heaviness in the balls of your feet, lightness in the heels. And do that again. Inhale back. Exhale, flow forward. Inhale back. Exhale, flow forward. We're just playing with those internal core stabilizers here. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, twist right, sending your left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. And all the while, thinking about that right hip and twisting it towards the front of the room. And then finding that, again, that blade edge, like where is the real work here for me? Just one more full breath. Use your exhale to come back to center. Inhale to lengthen. Find yourself in the center. Exhale, twist to your right, left. Left fingertips reach back, right fingertips reach forward. Every inhale gives you an opportunity to expand and listen. Every exhale is an opportunity to twist just a little bit deeper. Find that big core strength working for you. Inhale as we prepare to move. Exhale as we pull back to center. Inhale, the elbows open nice and wide. Keep pulling those shoulder blades together like you're going to kiss them behind your back. Exhale and draw the forearms together. Forearms press and feel the shoulder blades come all the way out to the very edges of your back. Now, imagine pressing back through the upper back, the trapezius muscles. Press back right from the chest into the spine there. Really nice stretch for the upper back, which is taking a beating right now. Inhale, open those arms up. Whew. Exhale, draw them back to center. Press in, inhale in place. Exhale, press just a little deeper, open up through the shoulder blades. Inhale one more time. Exhale, pull through. Inhale in place. Exhale, press just a little harder. This inhale, extend the arms down and then reach up and overhead. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Woo, great integration this morning. Inhale, take a flat back. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands to the mat, and step one foot back at a time to your high plank. Take a moment to set yourself up for success. Chin is right over your fingertips. Think about your hands as if you're turning the lid off of a jar and externally rotate those hands right on your mat. Tapping the knees down, point your toes back behind you. Inhale, pull your chin right over your fingertips. Exhale as you slowly lower down. Everything lands at the same time, hips, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Just hold here for a minute. Think about your hands right here on the mat behind you and press into them as if you're trying to push your mat forward, lifting the chest, lifting the heart. Exhale all the way back down to the mat. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift, expand through the chest, shoulder blades pull back and together, weight in the tops of your feet, slowly lower back down. Just one more time. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Now weighting your hands and knees, draw your belly button up off of the mat, and as you exhale, press up to tabletop position. Tuck your toes and pike your hips to downward facing dog. 5 breaths in downward facing dog. So bend into your right knee, easing your left heel towards the floor. And then use your exhale to switch sides. Bend right, big inhale. Bend left, big exhale. Walk now, both heels ease towards the mat. Walk your feet about 1 foot to 1.5 feet apart. Inhale up onto the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, bring your heels to the right. So if we have our feet wide enough apart, you should be able to get the sides of your feet all the way down and feel this really nice stretch through the left side of the body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, come back to center and hold Ease into your downward facing dog. Check in with the upper body. Externally rotate the upper arms so that you can press through the mid-back. And then use the hands on the mat. Press down through every single fingertip, like you're gripping the mat. And then press the pointer finger and thumb knuckle down. Inhale up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale your heels to the left. Woo! Been here a little longer than I expected. So let's inhale back through center. Bend your knees, look to your hands. Tippy toe walk to the front of your mat. Very nice. Inhale, take a flat back. Exhale, fold and ragdoll. Taking just 3 breaths here. I'm really trying to cue us into and urge us into a little bit more awareness, a little bit more musculature as we're working. So you might be feeling pretty glistening already feeling a little bit breathless. And that's great because we're always trying to find where our blind spots are when we're working. Slowly releasing fingertips. Inhale, roll up vertebra by vertebra. Nice and easy. It's a great way to neutralize that spine. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Softly bending in the knees. Inhale, take a flat back. That flat back, core strength prepares you for high plank. So bend into the knees, hands to the floor, step back 1 foot at a time. Inhale, push your chin right over your fingertips. Press away, open up through the backs, through the back, right in between those shoulder blades. Very nice. You can tap your knees or exhale as you slowly lower your entire body down to the mat. Very nice. Pointing the toes back behind you. Inhale up, baby cobra. Take those hands and use them to try to press your mat forward. Very nice. Exhale all the way back down. If you'd like to try King Cobra leaves the hips on the mat, inhales up and presses in. Of course, this is only if your back allows. The chest is forward of the shoulders, so try not to let those shoulders take over. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes and pike your hips to downward facing dog. Check in with your down dog before we go anywhere. Externally rotate the upper arms. Internally rotate the forearms while you simultaneously root down into every single fingertip. Press down into the pointer finger and thumb knuckles. Very nice. Inhale all the way up onto the balls of your feet. See if you can lengthen from your hands all the way through your tailbone, and then super slow exhale the heels all the way towards your mat. One more time like that. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale your right leg up nice and high. And as you exhale, pull your knee right to your chest. Press away with everything you've got, and then step the foot down. Spiral the rear heel to the mat, and inhale right up to Warrior One. Whew. So check in with Warrior One, which can always be a really difficult posture for so many, because we always worry about what are we doing with that rear hip? Where is my knee supposed to be? Somehow Warrior Two feels so much more manageable and approachable. So check in with your Warrior One. Chances are you need a slightly shorter stance. Twist through the hip so that you can feel the iliac, the hip flexors in the front of the left hip. Keep twisting. Now rooting down through your feet, check in with the front foot. Pick up those toes, span them out, press the big toe and the pinky toe down. This is my new favorite trick. It fires up the muscle on the front of the calf, which keeps escaping me, but it'll come to me in like 10 minutes. I'll be like, oh, it's the blah, blah, blah. And then root down into the blade edge of the right heel. And as you do that, what we're doing is we're firing from the glute right down the hamstring and into the calf, both gastroc and front of the calf muscle. So you're really gonna feel this fire. I'm already feeling super sweaty. Now, once you've got that line from the earth all the way up into the gluteal, take your 2 feet and try to move them towards each other. And you're gonna feel a little bit of a rise. So feel the rise, feel the strength here. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Two more full breaths. Rotating the rear hip forward as you breathe. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands back behind you. You can either bind or take anything that you can hold on to, like a towel, and bring your hands back behind you. Start to bow over the forward leg. We often call this humble warrior. Can you play with that line going from the gluteal all the way down into the 2 toes and that heel? Find that rooting and fire into it. Depending on your mobility here, you might be a little lower with your bow, or you may be a little higher. Of course, all of the things that we're listening for here, so we're listening for the gluteal, we're listening for that front leg and any possible pain. And of course, we're listening for the back. And no matter where we go, we're being aware and making the right choices for our body in the moment. Last full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, inhale all the way up. Warrior 1, exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step back to high plank. Take 1 full breath to set yourself in place. You can tap the knees or take full plank, high plank, to float halfway down to your chaturanga. You can pause and go to the floor for cobra, or you can pull through to upward facing dog. If you pull through to up dog, make sure the chest is coming way forward of those shoulders. Everyone exhales back to downward facing dog from wherever you went. Whew. Thinking about those upper arms, rotate them in towards each other. Forearms, rotate. The inside of the arm rotates down towards the mat. Rooting down into every single fingertip. And then pressing down through the pointer finger and thumb knuckles. Inhale all the way up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale as you ease down and in. Inhale, draw the left leg up nice and high, lengthen out, and as you exhale, pull through, knee comes towards your chest, press away, and then step down. Spiral the right heel to the mat. Inhale right up to warrior 1. Whew. You guys are working me hard today. So checking in with the hip first, because this is how we arrive at that great mobility in the hip. Hips require so much, we require so much of our hips. So this is the time that we have to work through all the tightness. Your body is a memory system. It remembers everything that's happened. It remembers all of the sitting that we've done, all of the yard work, all of the walking. And those can all be very short range of motion. So when we're coming out here into this big range of motion, the memory system of our body is trying to fight what we're doing. Wait a minute, this isn't what I normally do. So it's trying to hold on tight. And if you've heard me speak to the stretching reflex, it's the body's normal reaction to guard against injury. So when we first start going into a pose like this, everything tightens up. So it takes about a minute for your body to say, okay, everything's all right, I'm not getting hurt. So once you have those hips in place, check in with that front leg. Can we find that line by lifting up the toes? Press down through the big toe. Feel that shin muscle. And then press down through the pinky toe. Try to lift those 3 toes up. And it feels so awkward and clumsy and it feels impossible. It does for me too. Now, root down through the blade edge of the heel and you're gonna feel it up the backside of the leg immediately. Once you've got that, root down into both feet and then start to pull them towards each other. It's gonna pull you up. Arms reach up and overhead. Taking a moment to have an incredible amount of gratitude for what your body can do for you. I'm falling over. Re-rooting down through my front foot, pressing my knee right over the ankle, pressing down into the blade edge of the front heel, so much so that I can feel my gluteal vibrating, working hard for me. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, arms reach back behind you. Start to tip forward. If you have a bind, great. If not, you may not have one this year or this lifetime. Just use the strap for your mat or use a towel. And once you have that tipped forward posture, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bow forward. Humble warrior. Check in with your stance, with your foundation. Can you pull those legs towards each other again? We're using a very Hatha method today. Hatha sits in postures a lot longer than Vinyasa, which is my favorite. But I often avoid Hatha because it's hard work. If you have a little bit more space, feel free to really bow down, opening up through the chest, stretching out the frontal deltoids, the pectorals. Feel the fire through the legs. Last full breath here. How many times do I say that? And then we have 3 more breaths. At the bottom of your exhale, release your bind. Inhale all the way up to warrior 1. As you exhale, hands spiral down to frame your foot. Step back to high plank. Take 1 full breath to set yourself in place. Press away from the mat, so much so that you can feel your shoulder blades coming down and around your back. And now, flow through your vinyasa, high to low, your baby cobra or upward facing dog. Everyone flows back to downward facing dog and ease into your heels. Take a deep breath in, bending your knees nice and deep, bring them to the mat and walk them nice and wide. Press back to wide child's pose. And as you arrive, this time, see if you can walk those fingertips forward a little bit more and keep your forearms off of the mat. Now, just like we would in our downward facing dog, externally rotate the upper arms so that you can feel the mid-back. Feel those rhomboids right in between the shoulder blades. Externally rotate while you continue to have every single fingertip rooting into your mat. And then find the line from your fingertips all the way down to your tailbone. This is a really great side body stretch. Just 1 more full breath here. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, flow up to tabletop, and then tuck your toes and pike your hips to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up nice and high. Stack the hips, bend the knee, open up through the hip flexor. This should remind you a bit of that warrior 1 right in the front of the hip. I would put my hand to the front of the hip, but I think I would fall over. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, pull the knee through to the chest and press away, rounding through the back like a cat. Inhale, draw back and open up. Exhale, pull through. Knee can come towards your chest or towards your left tricep. Inhale, draw back, open up. Exhale, pull through, knee towards your chest or towards the right tricep. Inhale, draw back. This time, just extend the leg straight. And as you exhale, pull through, knee towards your chest, step it down, spiral the rear heel to the mat. Inhale as you open all the way up to reverse warrior. And that might have felt a little awkward coming all the way back to reverse warrior, because usually we come up to warrior one or warrior two at the least. So I love playing with awkward transitions because it feels very true to life. Take a deep breath in, stretching out that side body. As you exhale, bring your forearm down to the forward thigh, reaching the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Root down into the front foot. Big toe, pinky toe, blade edge. Fire all the way back up into the gluteal. Watch out for this shoulder. In watching some of my early YouTube videos and recordings of my Zoom classes, I realized that I was hinging into that shoulder. So watch out for that. If you have a little bit more mobility here, you might want to reach those fingertips towards the floor. And notice mine aren't actually touching the floor, but I'm creating this point of contact here. I'm squeezing my inner thigh into the back of my forearm, and I'm using my arm muscles to press against it. And whoo, the fire. One more full breath right here. Inhale and reach the left fingertips towards where the ceiling meets the wall in front of you. Long line from your left fingertips all the way through the left heel. One more full breath. And at the bottom of your exhale, inhale as you draw all the way back to reverse warrior. Exhale as your hands spiral down to frame your foot. Step back to high plank and be ready to flow through your vinyasa. So you have choices: baby cobra, king cobra, or upward facing dog, but your other choice is just pressing back to downward facing dog. If that heart opening work is not sounding like a good idea for you. Everyone arrives in downward facing dog, and then inhale your left leg up nice and high. Stack the hip open and bend the knee. And again, just like our warrior one, feel that front hip on the left side opening up. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, pull through. Knee comes towards your chest, press away like a cat pose. Inhale, draw back, stack it up and open. Exhale, pull through. Knee can come to the chest or the right tricep. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, pull through. Knee towards the chest or knee towards the left tricep. Inhale, draw back, straight leg. Exhale as you pull through and step through. Spiral the rear heel to the mat. Inhale right up to reverse warrior. Keep cartwheeling all the way back. Hold here for 3 breaths. Watch out for that top arm. What we always kind of want to do is kind of collapse back, but we're reaching up. Again, I have my reading glasses on the top of my head. We want to reach back towards where the ceiling meets the wall, so we're reaching up, but simultaneously the front leg is pushing forward. Can you root down? Big toe, baby toe, blade edge of the heel. Feel the glute engage. One more full breath in place, and then use your exhale to bring the forearm down to the forward thigh. Right fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Whew. Take a moment to settle into your side angle. Whew. Just one more full breath. This is it, the end of our hard work. And then we move into some floor stretches. So you can see I'm using the block on this side, but I'm still engaging that point of contact by using my inner thigh, your adductors, ADD. And so much of the work that we do, whether it's cardio or muscle, is very straight away. Now inhale your right arm towards the ceiling in front of you, towards where the ceiling meets the wall. The long line is from your fingertips all the way down to the rear heel. Shine your heart towards the ceiling while you simultaneously root into the front leg. Take a deep breath in. If you are on the block, set it to the side. At the bottom of your exhale, inhale, draw back to reverse warrior. Exhale as your hands spiral down to frame your foot. Step back to high plank, and this time, chin comes over the fingertips and slowly lower your entire body down. Try to go as slow as you possibly can. Whew. Reaching your fingertips back behind you, turn your head to one side and release your head to your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and sigh it out. Bend your knees, pointing your toes towards the ceiling, and then windshield wiper your heels from side to side. A really nice neutralization for the low back. Slowly coming back to neutral, back to the center. Extend the legs long. Place weight in the tops of your feet. Externally rotate your upper arms so that the hands are pointed towards the floor. Weight in the tops of your feet and your thighs. Inhale up to your locust. Locust is utilizing the hundreds of erector spinae muscles, the muscles that support your spine. So we're really trying to get those lower ribs up and off of the mat. And of course, this is very shallow. I'm not really trying to baby cobra or upward facing dog. I'm trying to lengthen through the crown of my head to find that strength, to find that the back side of the core, right? We often forget that the back is core strength. We are reminded of it when we have back pain. So this is a great way to assuage that back pain, to bring strength to the back. One more full breath, and as you exhale, slowly release down. Release the arms, bend the knees, and windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Very nice. Back to center, releasing the legs, and starting just as we did with the weight in the tops of the feet. Inhale up. Reaching back with the fingertips while simultaneously reaching forward with the crown of the head. And if you like, you can take the feet off of the mat. And if this feels good and manageable for you and you're looking for a little bit more, you can take your hands to your ankles and bow pose. But when we bow, watch out for the thighs wanting to be on the floor. So not here, but here, lifted and high. Knees come towards each other. Very good. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Press up to tabletop position. Walk your knees in, walk your hands back. Inhale, soften down, and bring your chin over one hand and then over the other. Hips over one knee and then over the other. Inhale and exhale. One more time in this direction. At the bottom of your exhale, take a big pause and then inhale in the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale. One more time. At the bottom of your exhale, pause and start to soften into neutral spine. Rock onto one hip and send your legs forward. Extend the left leg long. Bring the right knee to your chest and use it to slowly lower yourself down to your mat. Take your left hand on the outside of the right knee and bring the right knee across the midline of the body. Reclining twist. Now you can keep the knee bent. Some people like to extend the leg long. And of course, if your right shoulder is strong on the mat, it's completely available to you. I really like my knee bent here because I feel like I can get just a little bit deeper into those gluteals that we just worked really hard. Take one more full breath here. And as you exhale, come back through center, extend the leg long, keeping the chest on the floor, and just extend the leg. Activate through the heel, toes point back toward you, and you might be more here or more here. It's all about hamstring flexibility and mobility, right? And hips, of course. So just be really gentle with yourself in expecting that leg to come like way up and over here. Everything is practice. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bending into the knee, hand to the inside of the right knee, and allow the knee to fold out to the side. And of course, the right knee can go as far as it wants as long as the left shoulder stays strong on your mat. One more full breath here. And as you exhale, slowly come back to center, holding on to the right knee. Now bring the left knee in to meet it and rock from side to side, releasing the low back. Slowly release the right leg. Keep the left leg pulled in nice and tight. And now right hand to the outside of the left knee and rotate, twist in. Feel that nice glute. You're getting a combination of gluteal stretch, abductors, AB, they take your leg away from you, and the TFL, the tensor fasciae latae, which is right up at the top here. And again, you're more than welcome to extend that leg straight if that feels good for your body. Just one more full breath here. And as you exhale, slowly come back through, extending that leg long, taking that hamstring stretch with any reach that feels right for you. You can take your peace fingers to your big toe, hand to the blade edge, both hands to the calf or behind the thigh. Just make sure that we're really extending through the heel and pressing long through the knee. Not hyperextending, but not super bent either. Slowly bend the knee, bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg, and then allow the left leg to come out to the side. Breathe and feel. Slowly bringing the left knee back to the chest, bring the right knee to meet it, and rocking side to side, low back, mid back release. And then tapping your feet to the mat, keeping the knees bent. Take the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to come out to the side. Hands can come to your belly, or one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel the simmering, the shake and shudder going on within your body as a result of your hard work today. Slowly bringing your knees back to center, extend the legs out one at a time. Arms to your sides. Windshield wiper your feet. Turn your head from side to side. And just take a deep breath in. As you exhale, sigh it out. A deep breath in. Exhale and sigh it out. All you have to do here is breathe and rest. Allow your body, your heart, your mind, and your soul to enjoy the benefits of your yoga practice. Breathe and rest. all is well. Slowly wiggling fingers and toes. Bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the floor, and slowly roll your body onto your right side. Putting your left hand flat on the floor, and gently pressing yourself up to a seated position. Any seated position that feels comfortable for you. Rolling your shoulders back, down, and together. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Hands come together and bring them right down to your heart center. Even feel free to bring your thumb knuckles right to your breastplate. To feel the vibe that is you. I'm grateful for your time and energy today. Take a deep breath in. Give yourself a bow. Namaste. A wonderful practice. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to move tomorrow.